I didn't base like my entire teenage and early 20s years of how many women I Hasan, by the way, thousands. I mean, that's insecurity.
Shut up.
No, yeah, it is.
You really said that?
Yeah, thousands.
Good lord.
I think he said 1,000. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm
sure it wasn't hundreds.
No. It was. Let me ask Galia. Can you ask her?
Ask ChatGPT.
She knows.
She just said hundreds, not thousands.
Okay. So thank you for
Galia.
Hundreds. I mean, that's still a lot.
That's a big body count. That's pretty big.
I don't know how many of you know who this guy Noah Samsen is. He started his second video by saying Ethan's threatened to sue me. I'm not. It's not a threat. I'm going to sue you.
Oh.
Oh no.
People were messaging me. They wrote me. They said, "Hey Nick, I don't know if you've seen this. Hasan Piker has made rent-free clip number 8. Is this number 8? I feel like it's more than 8. We're probably approaching 10. Let's check this out.
Remember when all the people that Ethan is now aligned with made fun of me for crying there, by the way, and they said that it was fake?
He's talking about the conversation where like Ethan and Hasan had like a heart-to-heart or something, I think. Maybe. Dude, my hand to God, I don't think I watched that conversation.
I was crying because Ethan was crying. I remember all those fucking animals. But hey, remember, they're just like apolitical. They're just apolitical guys. They're not pro-Israel, you know? That was the only thing that Destiny, the fucking Oreo guy, whatever the fuck his...
Dude, I don't remember doing this one. Like, at least in the other ones, it's like, he's trying, but like, it seems like he's genuinely bothered by something I don't remember this.
You know? That was the only thing that Destiny, the fucking Oreo guy, whatever the fuck his name is, like all of those...
Did you make any jokes of clips of him crying? Maybe? Dude, to this day, I don't even know the context to why he cried. I have never seen that clip in full. If it like popped up for a gag in a video, I went, oh, look, Hasan's crying or something. Maybe. Was it like in Ethan's video? Maybe that's the comment. I legitimately do not. I've never seen the clip in full of why he even cried.
Orbiters. Every single one.
People are saying he's faking. I literally don't even know. He might be telling the truth. I have no idea.
Was just basically laser focused on the conversation that me and
Willie Mack Show had a section and said Hasan's faking. Here's the thing. Not only do I not think I've seen that Willie Mack Show video, there's a good chance that like I've never seen it offline either. I don't think I've watched any of Willie Hasan's videos on stream, like ever.
Ethan were having, not even talking about the things that I was saying, but instead we're talking about my reactions. I was being too mean to Ethan when I certainly was not being mean to
Yo, goated. Thank you for the 10 memberships.
Ethan at all. Yeah, remember when all the people that...
Nicholas DeOrio,
dude, this is so weird. I guess this is the clip of him crying. This is like my first time watching this.
Is this really lolly?
They went to her funeral and beat the shit out of people and ripped the Palestinian flag.
Okay, it sounds like he's faking it.
I really like you.
All right.
Why?
Okay, wait. All right, wait. That doesn't. Okay, no. That sounds like he's faking it.
Shit out.
All right, wait. Hold on. Okay.
People and
I was ready. I legitimately have. I've never seen this clip before. I've never seen this clip before.
And beat the shit out of people.
I would have, dude. This would have been a mainstay on my channel if I'd seen this.
And ripped the Palestinian flag.
It literally sounds like when you're going up to your mom and you can't produce tears when you're like fucking 10 years old and you're trying to convince her you're crying.
Is this really lolly?
Off of her.
I think the worst thing here is like if this is how he cries for real, that's actually also really hilarious. Like that's equally hilarious if this is also how he really cries.
Palestinians can't have a moment of peace in this fucking world.
He sounds like somebody parodying Hasan crying.
They can't even mourn the dead.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why?
The IDF went in and beat the shit out of the Palestinians.
Dude, this is a joke, right? Is this a bit for the stream?
The guy
Yo, thank you.
Orbiter, Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Yeah, he's not crying, he's getting
Ethan
redder.
Was crying about murdered Israeli children, and Hasan started performatively crying about a dead journalist.
Oh no.
Yourself Keffel's tweet on
Oh
Nicholas
dear.
DeOrio. Keffels appreciated the shout
that were
out.
mourning her at her funeral, that were holding her casket and ripped the Palestinian
Yeah, he's getting like Alex Jones red while he's
Can I
sitting
say
in
something
Alex
unique?
Jones's fucking
really
set,
like-
dude. Jesus.
flag off of her casket. How is that? How is that allowed?
Dude, if he yelled, "Oh, the humanity," it would like fit the nature of this cry.
How can that continue? How do you not see that? That's in the West Bank.
He's really crying because somebody implied that there were raped people at that fucking concert when the fucking Hamas soldiers went through and killed all those Israeli women.
This is a Christian woman. This is not a Muslim. This is not Hamas. This is a journalist that was beloved in the Muslim world. And she was assassinated for speaking out and trying to shine
I can't believe they did that to Taylor Lorenz.
a light on the atrocities.
Okay, I think he faked that. Look, I don't think I'd seen it, and honestly, like if I had seen it, I probably would have said the thing. But it's kind of funnier that Hasan Hassan just assumed my position would be making fun of him because he faked crying.
I just saw Keffel's tweet. On
That's actually so funny, dude. W acting? No, it's bad acting. That's why it's so obvious. Story number 2. I don't know what's going to be behind door number 2, but if it is, oh boy. Oh no, Jimmy Robbins. Guys, we're doing the Ethan Klein segment in the beginning of the video. Do you guys know Jimmy Robbins? He's the guy who made the horrible H3H3 video recently. I had to post this to Twitter because I had the most jarring experience of my life, okay?
Slimy Weasley fuck.
Hey, thank you.
Oreo man, where is the Ultra Instinct smoke detector?
Oh,
info?
sorry, I gotta make
Please
that for you.
tell
I
me
gotta
within
make
the
that for you.
Discord. That acting was worse than Boogie, holy shit.
Yo, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, so Jimmy Robbins deletes his Ethan Klein video, and this motherfucker makes an Illuminati video. I cannot give you any context that will do what you're about to see justice. This is by far the worst video intro ever. There is no worse video intro than this Jimmy Robbins video you're about to watch.
Not too long ago, the Illuminati channel was known for its ethical, well-made content that was setting the standard for creators on YouTube.
Okay, wait, no. Okay, hold on, wait. No. I don't even think she would agree with that. I think if you told Blair that was something that he's, dude, dude, this is some fucking AI script shit, dude. This is some fucking artificial intelligence shit, dude. What the fuck was that?
Not too long ago, the Illuminati channel was known for its ethical, well-made content that was setting the standard for creators on YouTube. I mean,
Dude, she was literally like a fucking content mill who didn't even make her own shit. She was she was a voice for her channel.
The entire brand, down to the mascot's design, was dedicated to calling out the exploitation of the more.
She's a fucking pyramid. She's the Illuminati. What do you think? Her head's a pyramid scheme? Wait, what? Hold on. What does that mean?
Not too long ago, the Illuminati channel was known for its ethical, well-made content that was setting the standard for creators on YouTube. I mean, quite literally, the entire brand, down to the mascot's design, was dedicated to calling out the exploitation of the more vulnerable. Whether it was—
No, how? How does the triangle call out the more vulnerable? The exploitation. How?
Pyramid schemes, financial scams, or animal cruelty, Blair, under the handle Illuminati.
Also, then they pick like the worst video of Blair. Like this is Blair like 4 years before she gets famous, where she looks completely different with blonde hair. Like the worst B-roll footage that you could find of her.
Slowly developed a reputation for fighting for those who couldn't do it themselves. But almost overnight, the Illuminati channel has begun to act as a monument to everything wrong with the age of the influencer. From content mills built on plagiarism—
If you're just skimming—
Ah! It's H-Bomber guy.
A wiki before—
Wait, I'm sorry, what did you think her channel was before this?
Or making an entire video about something, you miss obvious—
She's been a content mill since she left Reddit. Like the whole time.
Shit. Blair's videos get stuff wrong.
Wait, it's JD Vance? Dude, Dude, it literally... Wait, why are they trying to morph JD Vance into H-Bomber guy? Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck, I didn't realize it. Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to make JD Vance look like H-Bomber guy? That dude, you know the funny the funny JD Vance face? It's literally just it's fucking H Bomber guy, dude.
All the time.
To ruining people's lives based on nothing more than
they're making him fucking H Bomb Vance, dude.
Sheer narcissism.
These people who were your friends, and then when they finally couldn't take how you treated them, you immediately turned on
By the way, that is insane hair to have as a human being.
them and worked to
That is like fucking crazy hair, dude. I'm sorry.
isolate them from their friends and their
I cannot get over his hair, dude. What is that?
communities.
The spiral
Wait, was it for cancer? Then I'll feel like an asshole if it was for cancer.
ran for 2 years, both on and offline, with no end.
Dude, I cannot get over the fact. Somebody reached out to me like, Nick, Jimmy Robbins makes fantastic videos, okay? I've never watched him before, as you can see, clearly. I've clearly never watched his channel before. What?
This video is sponsored by Raycon, more on that later. This is possibly the greatest downfall of a YouTuber ever. Blair, aka Illuminati.
Bro, I just watched this video!
started
It's the same
the year as a beloved creator known best for her fight against the powerful and corrupt, but has since become synonymous with the very evil she swore to fight. And just a few months later, she is perhaps YouTube's most universally hated creator in years.
What?
Struggling to capture even 1/10 of her previous viewership. And possibly the most shocking part of all of this is that Blair's
It's the same guy!
years of alleged abuse, extortion, and conspiracy were only exposed because of a minor feud over video editing. And while I've been covering the situation as it develops, I wanted to provide a comprehensive review for how we got here as we head into what looks to be the final chapter of Illuminati. See, Blair...
It's the same video! It's the same B-roll!
AKA Illuminati is a YouTuber that primarily makes content exposing multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes, and generally the exploitation.
Dude, it's the same music. It's the same fucking... Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't have this planned for the intro. I know it's natural. It's so funny. Dude, this guy, wait, to capture the real essence of Illuminati, he plagiarized himself. That's so funny, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Oh boy. I don't want to click these ones. What, do we have anything else funny before we get into, no, we have to get to serious stuff now. Okay. This is another one. I can't really say too much about this because if I talk about it, I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble if I talk about this. But I just wanted to say it's like pretty fucking unfortunate. If you guys don't know, Hax passed away. I don't know what Hax died from. Supposedly it wasn't suicide. As far as people were speculating, I think on the subreddit, somebody claimed it was literally like a complication from the, if you guys don't know, Hax is the guy who made evidence.zip 2. Somebody on Zaptime, 4,000 years. 4,000 years of fighting forever. So Hax is the guy who made the really funny evidence.zip video, the one where he said that like a red striped Adidas sweater was like a threat, or it was like evidence that he wanted revenge or something, or like stabbing a Jigglypuff pancake is like an act of aggression, or he compared like the streamer Leffen to being a totalitarian dictator. And he's where the joke, by the way, I still get called a Nazi because I made a fucking joke about this. He's the guy who opened his video with a Hitler quote, which I still think is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in the history of YouTube. He reads a quote and he goes, "This is unfortunately a Hitler quote." It is still one of the fucking funniest things I've ever seen on YouTube. It's starting a serious video. It is unfortunately a Hitler quote. His mom confirmed it was attempted suicide. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, if you guys don't know, Hax has been banned from Smash for, well, I imagine it has to be like 4 years now, right? He initially got banned after the video we were just talking about, and then he tried to apologize a few times, and then went back on those apologies, and then tried to make another video on Leffen talking about, like, dude, there are some fucking funny videos in there. It is just funny. It is a cesspool. It's unhinged. Kind of has a different taste now, knowing how this whole thing ended, and it ended in a really shitty manner, obviously. But yeah, he ended up going back and forth between like, I'm sorry, or I'm attacking, I'm sorry, or I'm attacking, I'm sorry, or I'm attacking, and eventually they permanently banned him. And then after they permanently banned him, he was tweeting out like weekly, daily, monthly, in like spurts and bursts, right? That he needed to be unbanned from Super Smash Bros. Melee because it was like his home, his community. Eventually, he jumped in front of a train and lost his leg. Now, I don't know if the newest one was, people are saying the mother confirmed it was an attempt. The story I heard, it was a complication from the previous attempt, like something happened with like sepsis or something. I don't know. Moral of the story is there's a GoFundMe out there right now for his funeral expenses. If somebody can link that, I would appreciate it. His mother put it up. I don't think she speaks a ton of English. Yeah, it's just been a complete shit show. Social media, don't try to Google this, by the way. This whole thing has been like highly, I guess, politicized. Guys, whatever you think about this, the seeds were planted when this guy died like 6 months ago. All the tweets are about like how the tournament organizers and specific content creators are like at fault for this guy killing himself or whatever. I think the worst of which was the ImAllexx tweet where they said the Super Smash Brothers community banned a player for political and social justice reasons, severely damaging his reputation. That is like one of the fucking craziest things I've ever read. This whole thing has been psyoped as like an opportunity to like this guy's death is being used as a sword by a bunch of people to try to like fight the good fight against party they don't like. And it's just really weird. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's like, dude, this is like, this ImAllexx tweet is fucking crazy. I want to pull up, there was a couple ones today that I thought were extremely notable. I was going through looking for like the worst comments I could possibly find. I think somebody said like, hey guys, I'm really sorry for what happened to Hacks. And then they opened up with, it's your fault. You. Okay. Yeah. So that one was a bad one. That was a bad one. Then there was this one. Rest in peace, Hacks. Now you care. Yeah. So that's I believe that's a Groiper. I believe that a Groiper posted that one. Yeah, there's just been there's been a lot of that. Oh, let's get that off the screen. So yeah, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and give a huge statement on it. I imagine everybody here knows how I feel about this by now. The GoFundMe is in the thing right there if you'd like to support it. Yeah, so kind of shitty. A lot of the shitty tweets got deleted. Yeah, it's a huge fight over like who gets to make like the biggest political move to use the body for their specific reasoning. Whatever. Shame. Rest in peace to the Hacks man. And I also, I probably should have played this before the whole serious segment. I was watching, I don't know if you guys know this, I watch like a ton of movie content. I watch like a ton of like, I don't know, Cosmonaut Variety Hour, Mauler and stuff. I was watching this new guy who was going over the James Bond films, right? And unironically, this fucking hit me out of nowhere. It was like a regular video up until this point.
The trilogy of Casino Royale, then Quantum of Solace, and then Skyfall is a perfect trilogy. It tells an arc. There is a great continued story throughout those films that was leading the Bond franchise in a very, very special direction. The worst sin that Spectre commits is ruining all of this by retconning, by raping, by ruining everything that those films.
Bro, how did that stay in this, dude? I'm just watching this video in the background, not paying attention at all, okay? And this guy just said Spectre raped the fucking... It raped it. It completely fucking raped it, dude. Holy shit.
Story throughout those films that was leading the Bond franchise in a very, very special direction. The worst sin that Spectre commits is ruining all of this by retconning, by raping, by ruining everything with those.
I heard from people who have watched all these films. I've seen a couple, but it's been a long time. I've heard that like the hottest take from this, including the rape part, is that Quantum of Solace was as good as Skyfall and Casino Royale. That's what I heard. And by the way, I thought Quantum of Solace was the first one, so I don't know if I've ever even seen Casino Royale, because I remember seeing Quantum of Solace and having the Xbox game. Oh, have you ever seen Ralph the Movie Maker? He's fucking hilarious. I have a long time ago, but not recently. Okay, so earlier today, this is like a mini segment story, little fast blurb right here. Okay, mini segment. I heard earlier today that some things happened that I predicted yet again. Guys, I am the prediction machine, okay? I had no idea this was. I literally did not know this was coming today. Noah Samsen is actually fucking crazy for throwing a bunch of rich YouTubers in a thumbnail. Oh, thank you.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Noah Samsen is fucking crazy for throwing a bunch of rich YouTubers in a thumbnail and branding them as genocide supporters and then doubling down. So I was shocked that, like, after all the shit people were saying about his first video, that Noah Samsen dropped like a 40-minute follow-up. And from what I've been told, and I haven't seen it, because again, it's mostly politics, it's actually insane. This clip that I'm going to show you right now has already been removed from the video, and I don't know if it's for the reasons why you're about to see or you've already heard, but this is like a crazy clip.
People living in the West have the most power over anyone else in the world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the weapons companies, and the supply chains that are facilitating this genocide. Protesting is great. We should keep doing that. But also, you know, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and what is protesting actually accomplished?
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but uh-oh.
Raising awareness, sure. Divestment, yeah, in some places. But really, politically, materially, nothing. Israel just killed the most children in its history in a single night with total impunity, with a deafening silence among the Western media. If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate.
Uh-oh. By the way, you know what the fucking craziest part about this? If you remove Israel-Palestine, this, like, psychotic dribble applies to, like, every breadtuber's videos. Like, every single one. Like, oh, what have we done here? We've raised awareness. I think it's time to escalate. Like, they could say this on any line for any reason, and it would still be just as, like, relevant as this video. You can insert any cause here.
That's all I'm saying. So anyways, yes.
See, you can lay it out very easily, one sentence at a time. You're just labeling basically nothing. The propagandists.
Oh, is this not? Oh, here.
Silence among the Western media. If we want this genocide...
Like
Oh, sorry.
Clear. We in the West have direct physical access to a bunch of people, including the propagandists, after just labeling a bunch of people creators, propagandists. What does protesting achieve? Well, some things, but, you know, overall, basically nothing. If we want this to stop, we need to escalate. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. If you had a clear vision for what...
Yeah, I hate how lefties, when they want to say, like, a death threat, they always hide. They're always like, guys, I think that we should wink, wink, nudge, nudge, kind of escalate here. We should escalate the situation here. It's like, dude, come on. Like, if I was going to call for a death threat, I would just turn around and be like, Noah Samsen! Would you believe mine wasn't even $10,000? I just got to remember to click it before I call for death. Oh, man. So, yeah, Noah Samsen puts a bit in the video talking about escalating the Gaza conflict. It's great. Escalating the calls to action here. He's doing a little escalation, right? I tweeted. I said that I think that Noah Samsen is trying to win the race to becoming the poorest breadtuber.
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Yo, thank you,
Mr. Oreo.
I was like, I think he's trying to beat out like the poorest breadtubers. Who are the poorest breadtubers? The In Praise of Shadow guy. Who's the one? Chat, help me out here. Who's the one who made a video about why he plays as female characters? There was one guy who made a video on like why he plays as female character. Oh, dude, did you know, man?
Is Dark Five?
Oh, did you guys know? No, I didn't even put this on the document, dude. Oh, fuck.
Reminder: online leftists are eternally cucked by LARPing boomers storming the Capitol while they were stuck burning down AutoZones.
Dude, this is a tragedy. This is literally... There is no thing in the world, and I literally mean nothing in the world, that is a bigger tragedy than this fucking message my God, this is crazy. Hold on, wait, can we get some, dude? Hold on, bro. Did you guys hear what happened to Xanderhal? I forgot to cover this. I was gonna do a little blurb about this too. Pretty bad news for all of you today. A while ago, my phone fell out of my pocket onto my driveway, shattering the screen and making so I can't turn on the phone. My two-factor authentication was connected to my phone number, so I quickly became aware that if anything happened to log me out of Google, I would basically be screwed until I can get a new phone with my number moved over to it. Well, that something happened today. And when I came downstairs to my PC, it had restarted itself for an update. But then, it logged me out of everything. I got back into most of it, but my YouTube and Google is logged out, and I'll need my phone number to log back in. This basically means I'm locked out of my YouTube channel until further notice. I'm gonna do everything I can short of Karening out at the Infinity Store today, but if that doesn't work, would you guys still support me if I had to start a new YouTube channel? Xanderhal literally broke his phone, and this is like a twofold poverty moment. So apparently, it's not even bad enough. Like, if this happens to me, I don't use cell phone authentication because I don't want to get hacked, right? I use, because you could SIM swap that. Yo, bro! Thank you. Monkeypox?
No.
Saga Von
on and give you monkeypox?
Druzis.
No. What?
I heard you're into some BDSM shit, so I'm just wondering if that's how you got it. Why are you still here? Hell yeah,
What a
buddy.
loser, lol.
Thank you. So it's like a twofold issue here. Like, it's a two-front war Xanderhal is fighting. Not only does he like have this set up, but he can't afford to buy a new phone. Like, all he would need is a SIM card. He doesn't have any friends. He can't plug the SIM card into like his friend's phone. Like, there's a SIM card in an iPhone, isn't there? Or couldn't you like eSIM your phone to like an older device? You could buy like an old iPhone on like eBay, right? And you could just put it in there. Like, he's not using an authenticator app. He's using a cell phone number. If he had like a friend, he could do this. This is like psychotic. He has a sub 60 IQ. How much does it cost to repair a phone screen? And it's not, yeah, the phone's not even broken. Apparently it's just the screen. Like, he shattered glass. This story's not adding up. When I first heard about this, I'm reading the full thing for the first time on stream, if you guys don't realize it. Bro, I thought he like broke his phone and had like an authenticator app. Like, the way I set up my authentication is that I have physical backups. I don't put my shit online. So I have like several devices, some of which even like hidden throughout my house, that have all my backup codes on them. But I don't back it up to the cloud, because if you hack my shit, you can't get into my accounts. It's all physical, it's all local saves, and then I have some fucking keys and shit, whatever everybody else, I don't know what the fuck it is. But like, I have my shit locked down like that. If like something were to have happened and all of my phones got EMP'd, I would be in a similar position as Xanderhal. I mean, I have an out, but I would be in a similar position as Xanderhal, where I have to start looking for shit. But Xanderhal literally gets the things to his phone. Imagine if Shelbo lost his phone. Yeah, that's the thing. Shelbo is literally homeless. All he has is his phone, and somehow he's still able to make it work. This is a new level of pathetic that I've never seen before. And by the way, while we're sitting here doing these intro topics, there is another one that I'd like to take your attention to. Keffels has returned to YouTube. Guys, Keffels is here. She's heard about the Wiggler. Okay, she's aware that there is a Wiggler. Our fucking subreddit, Clip Live, has been posting about this all day. We've been getting like minute-by-minute updates. Also, shout out to the person who keeps making these sick fucking animations of me. Love you. But we've been getting like minute-by-minute updates. Keffels came back. I wonder what Tipster will say about this. and then most people, like, they're discussing it or whatever. Like, I've seen so many posts today that Keffels has returned. By the way, Xylee doesn't like your Wiggler. Well, I don't like how Xylee just let Wings of Redemption batter his wife in front of everyone. Xylee had the power to stop Wings of Redemption, okay? And she just didn't. If anything, I think that Xylee's pro-domestic abuse. So, I'm sorry she doesn't like the Wiggler, I guess. Oh, I'd hate that. Guys, stop flagging posts. Somebody insulted r/YouTube drama, and somebody flagged it for targeted harassment, and the post doesn't even show who wrote it. Can you guys stop that? I'm never taking these posts down. I'm never doing this. Please stop flagging it. Somebody get Papa Gut on this, so they've got Keemstar and him kissing. There's a whole drama between Card Posting fighting President Sunday, who, by the way, I believe is still demonetized. If you can go at Team YouTube for that, I'd appreciate it. If you don't want to, be my guest. And then, I knew Hasan pretends to not know who Nick DeOrio is. A lot of President Sunday in here. Where did Tom go? I don't know, dude. Where did he go? Look at this one, dude. This is the last thing. I promise. I actually totally got fucking sidetracked because we had an actual topic I was going through. But creators you genuinely like, but don't like the road they're going down. A lot of the cooking guys I used to watch, Joshua Weissman, Nick DiGiovanni, Gaga, those guys, they platformed Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. Honestly, gross. Do you guys like... What? What do you mean platforming Mr. Beast? He could, like, buy and sell you on the black market. What? That's like saying, like, I platformed Elon Musk. Like, it is infinitely more for your platform for Mr. Beast to come there. What did I write for this? I went completely nuclear because it was like 2 a.m. when I saw this. This reminds me of when people say 30-year-olds can be groomed. Oh, God. Yeah, I went fucking Alabama Nick on this one, all right? This reminds me when people say... I was thinking immediately... When I saw this, I started thinking of Chud Logic immediately. This reminds me when people say 30-year-olds can be groomed. Like, yeah, technically, by definition, you're right, but also, lol? Yeah, it's technically platforming the single largest social media personality as possible, but, like... lol? Freshly 30. Yeah. Okay, going back to this. Where were we before I got Xanderhal? Noah Samsen thing happened. I thought he was going to be extremely poor.
I just saw Keffels tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Thank you.
Keffels appreciated the shout.
And then Muta comes out and puts a... Oh, dude. That one guy from Kiwi Farms that we talked about like a month ago is going to be really... he's going to be really mad, dude. A month ago, I'm sorry, like a year ago. I don't want to use any... I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly because he really hates the way I embellish things sometimes. When I talked to this guy 5 years ago, all right, a response to defamatory claims, Muta posted, in the last couple of weeks, a YouTuber, Noah Samsen, has uploaded a few videos labeling me as a genocide supporter in the title. And... thumbnail of the video. Today, me and the team sat down to watch them, and we couldn't find a single clip of me supporting Israeli governments or any genocidal practices. Normally, I would not engage with this discourse, but this has affected my business. This has affected my business, yo. The business. I love the cross between I've spoke with the team, presumably the legal team, and then he said he spelt affected my business wrong in his opening statement. Woo boy, in the last couple of weeks, a YouTuber named Noah Samsen has uploaded a few videos labeling me as a genocide supporter in the title and thumbnail of the video.
I just saw Keffels tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Nick, did you see Anissa out herself as reading her KF thread recently? After
Did she?
saying she doesn't watch hate
Oh no,
videos
she watches
anymore.
everything everybody says, but yeah, dude. Me Muta today, and normally I wouldn't engage in this discourse, but it's affected my business and it's bled into my personal life. As a Muslim, I have always supported my people. Chat, does this guy, like, can you prove to me that this guy has fasted on one Ramadan? Like one single Ramadan. I don't care if it was when he was 11. Did this guy fast during? I'm being a dick. He probably has. All right. Let's get, for the sake of discussion, he has fasted on several Ramadans. Okay. I cannot believe Muta wrote, like, as a devout Muslim. I've always supported my people. I've never talked about this topic with much political knowledge. That said, you don't need to be knowledgeable to stand against the injustices by the IDF. Journalists and civilians have recently been killed in a wave of attacks, ending a short-lived ceasefire. That's never okay and needs to end. And I hope in my lifetime it does. Guys, killing civilians is bad. Nuclear take, okay? In regards to Noah and his defamation, I never wanted to financially harm or bring lawsuits to a creator, but slander like this is far too extreme and unchecked, which at this time we were exploring legal action against Noah for defamation and slander. And the Twitter crop to this one really dirty. I, of course, had to make the tweet and fucking correct his spelling on business, even though I am like dyslexic retard on Twitter and I always spell everything wrong. But I feel like if you're going to announce a lawsuit, you should probably spell business right if you're so worried that it's affected it. I don't know what the fuck this is. You could tell he hastily screenshotted this because it still has the line. You see the line here? This is the I hastily took this screenshot and I didn't wait for the screen to like settle for a second. And the scroll line is still on there. I don't know, dude. Listen, this guy's making calls to violence in his fucking videos. The title is obviously unhinged. Fucking branding people as genocide supporters. Like, I'm in the video. This guy says like horrible shit about my shit or whatever. Or like, I don't know. I haven't watched the whole thing. He just says shit about my shit. Let's just say that. I don't know. I'm going to need to see what the lawsuit says. My gut tells me fuck Noah Samsen, but it's also telling me fuck Mutahar. So my gut's telling me to be an enlightened centrist on this one. Okay. I'm not particularly knowledgeable on this conflict. I'm going to take one out of Mutahar's book. I am not particularly knowledgeable on this conflict, so I abstain from judgment because I hate everybody involved. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one for me. I would assume there's a plan here. I don't, dude, because you got to remember, Mutahar lives in fucking Canada. I don't think he's a U.S. citizen. So that's another uphill battle, I would say. That's another uphill battle here. Holy shit, dude. Bro, just talk about Alex? Well, you can chat about it in like 2 weeks. See you later. When I get to it, I get to it. All right. So Mutahar put this out, and then Noah Samsen clapped back on Twitter. Ethan Klein responded to my video on Instagram stories today by calling his fans to compile potentially defamatory clips of me on his subreddit. He offered no response to any of my actual points, sort of saying the quiet part out loud, are we? If you guys have any potentially good defamatory Noah Samsen clips, drop them on Reddit. And eventually, Ethan came out and just straight up said, yeah, we're suing him too. I imagine that's the case. I'm so thankful that Muta is taking a stance against this insanity. And yes, we're in touch. Stay tuned. I don't understand. If Ethan is suing him, why was this announced by Mutahar hastily after the follow-up video comes out? Like, why announce the lawsuit right after as like a knee-jerk reaction? Like, he rushed to take the screenshot. Like, it just feels like Mutahar went rogue. I don't know for a matter of fact. They probably did talk this out. Maybe I'm just like speculating. But it feels like Mutahar got nervous, went rogue, and then Ethan's like, yeah, we're suing him. Who's getting sued? If you look at Noah Samsen's mustache has gotten increasingly worse over the last couple of years. And I didn't know it could get worse from the very beginning. Have you ever seen his Debate Bros video? Why is the GoldenEye theme playing? Have you ever watched his fucking... Where's his Debate Bro... Dude... This was the old mustache. It looked like a caterpillar was a rapist. That's what his mustache looks like. His caterpillar just got off the sex offender registry. It just made his face look longer. Okay, this is the OG Noah. Then one day, I think he giga chatted out, right? He giga chatted out, and he came back looking like this. So he took half of his mustache and put it on his chin, and he left half of the mustache on the top. Like he just thinned it out or something. Yeah, I don't, it's just, It's just a lot. This is not a very good thing. This is not, you should stop doing that. You should just, I don't know, usually facial hair enhances somebody's face. With Noah, I don't think it does. The bad uncle look. Well, we can't make it to be honest, I think if you look at him, let's be honest here. I mean, he really does kind of look like a... Oh shit, guys, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened there. All right, have we stalled enough, boys? Was that a 1 hour intro segment? Have we stalled enough? Ethan Klein, lawsuit forever. Okay, have we stalled enough? We've got the full clip now. I don't know what's real and what's fake on Lolcow, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm pretty sure this is real.
Yeah,
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like it.
And you're even calling it a lie. You know, it's a fucking lie. You're even calling it a lie.
If there's one thing that I know Keemstar gets upset with when you start talking about his podcast, he absolutely fucking despises the talk of whether this is fake orchestrated drama. I don't know what the context here is specifically. It might be possible that like he was asked to do something. I don't know.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like it.
Let me mute this for 1 second. But like you could see he's arguing over something here. Oh, love it. I love Reddit, dude. Thank you. Oh, was that? Whoa! Was that fucking 50 of them? That's why they kept going, bro. Toxic. Holy shit, dude. Toxic monger of hateful brood. 50 gifted. I definitely have to mute that, or we're never gonna get started tonight. But wow. All right. Join the Discord server. Thank you so much to Toxic Monger. Fucking hell, man. That's insane. All right, 07. Let's get this thing on the road.
Yeah, you are.
You creating a lie sabotaging
and you're even calling it a lie. You know,
it's a fucking lie.
I mean, there's no doubt. As much as Keem wants to say this is not the case, there is orchestrated shit that's going on this fucking stream, right? Let's be honest. There, to some degree. Now, these guys aren't great actors. The whole show's not fucking fake, but they like embellish shit dramatically. So does everybody else. Lolcow just does it a little bit more.
What part of it is not a lie? What part of it's not a fucking lie? Tell me what.
Now, I don't know what he was told to do, but I imagine it was something that wasn't very likable for him. I have a hard time believing he'd care about like the legitimacy of the brand if it wasn't something that he had to do. This is obviously their Fat Camp event. Listen, they've been killing it on events ever since I said that they would totally fuck this thing up. Every event that they've been doing has been like chock full of clips and content.
It's not a fucking lie. Tell me what part of it.
It's not a lie.
Look right there.
It's a setup.
That's not a setup.
And
it's a fucking lie.
why are you getting loud in my face?
Because I fucking can.
Dude, are you fucking... Are you fucking serious?
So he like fucking pushes Keem, and it's like, okay, I could believe this is staged, but I can't believe the second clip is.
Are you fucking... Are you fucking serious? You better stop.
Hey,
you better stop. You better stop. You better...
So this is the second one, and then this loud woman starts coming over, all right? I gotta be careful what I say, because I know what happens in this clip. Dude, he's like a fucking battering ram. Like a bat out of hell, this guy. Has he moved this fast ever? Did he move this fast in the challenges? It sounds like a whole trailer park has just been like, you know when you shoot a car in Left 4 Dead and the horde is alerted? She sounds like you've alerted the trailer park. From behind, she's got Dylan Burns' build. Is that Dylan Burns? This is Dylan Burns circa fucking Ukraine. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, this is not fake, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Oh, fuck, dude. Holy shit. Listen, I had it on the screen, dude. I have the button. You tell me I'm not going to use it. I'm sorry. Chat, we're doing a stream on fucking domestic abuse allegations. Why not start it with some fucking domestic abuse? Am I wrong? This is, guys, listen, this is what it looks like. All right, we now have a baseline for everything else we're going to cover tonight.
Hey, that's your fucking wife now.
And then, wait, is that Boogie or is that, hey, that's your wife now, man. Boogie didn't even get out of the chair. What's your wife now? I love my wife. That's why she divorced me and I awkwardly call her on streams.
Go calm down. That's your wife, man. Go calm down.
And now it's just like, holy shit, dude. It's just screaming, screeching women. Holy shit, dude. I think like his wife lactated on him or he just popped like an entire sweat vessel just exploded on his shirt.
That's your wife they're hurting now. Calm down. Calm down.
Like, who is that? Is it Babs just stepped up to, is that Lav Loon? Like, who is this?
Away from her. Get the fuck away from her. What is wrong with you? Go calm down. Go calm down. Why are you lying about me?
De-escalate! De-escalate! Like, they're just screaming. It's insane. Isn't that Xylee? No. Oh, wait, that is Xylee! No, bro! It's Xylee!
Sometimes you lash out when you feel like you made a mistake or other people do. Don't worry.
Jesus. All right, I needed to watch this because I needed to remember what Lolcow looks like when it's real. Like when something is going, this is like the first time I've watched a clip in a long time where I'm like, yeah, no, this went off script. But Babs is there. Jesus, that's crazy. Like Xylee gets real. Xylee shows up and then Lolcow gets real. That's what happens. I saw a clip last night where Xylee was belligerently drunk, and then Boogie went on his one event mention of like, Nick DeOrio fucking hates us. He wants this show to fail. Every time, dude, they have like the same Discord moderator debate bro talking point where it's like, oh, Nick DeOrio hates Lolcow. He wants this show to fail. It's like, no, Boogie, I hate you. I'm friends with Keemstar. I don't want his business ventures to fail. I think it was unfortunate what happened to Tommy, and I obviously supported Tommy during that, because of course I fucking was going to. But I'm friends with Keem. I like Keem. I don't want all his shit to fucking fail. I hate you, Boogie, because you lied about cancer and you suck, and you're not funny, and every bit that you're in, when you think you're a good actor, you're not, and it ruins it every time. I could get by with a little bit of fake shit here and there, but I cannot look past the fact that Boogie cannot sell for shit. It's actually fucking painful. But yeah, I mean, Jesus, holy shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a few different topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to get a little trouble today, chat. Of course. We can only stay quiet for so long on this. We're going to get a little trouble today. It's okay. Unfortunately, I do have to start the stream by announcing BigBungieee has been banned from YouTube. That's expected. It's sad, but it's expected. I think, what was it? Bo Black's snuff film was his second strike. Look, dude, if there's anybody who knew they were getting banned, it's probably BigBungieee. We've been saying it on the channel for like half a year, maybe even longer. Like I had a policy where I couldn't watch his videos on stream because it was so obvious that he was eventually going to get clipped. With that being said, he was without a shadow of a doubt the funniest guy on YouTube. I mean, I think hands down. Even if you don't like edgy humor, the guy had shit for everybody. Holy shit. Like, it was old YouTube in current climate. That's why it couldn't exist. BigBungieee has probably some of the funniest videos on various topics that we've covered throughout the last 2 years, and it is a travesty that those videos are now not available on YouTube anymore. Hopefully they've been archived somewhere. I think the first time I saw BigBungieee is when somebody pulled up, I think it was a Keffels video. No, it was a tipster video, and then halfway through, it just started playing poorly censored footage of Keffels' fart porn, and I literally was shocked. I was so glad at that exact moment that the person whose stream I was on was not my own. Okay, it was just out of you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, transgender fart porn would just pop onto your screen. You just didn't. What do you do in that case? You know, what do you fucking say? What do you say when that happens? Right? I don't even know what I would. So I think recently, yeah, Wavy came here and we watched some of his videos on the fucking TV. His stuff on The Boys was fucking hilarious. It is just so many fucking things that guy made that were funny. That's one hell of a first impression. Yeah, for that moment on, I was like, I'm never streaming this guy's shit. This is for when I get offline. This is like the one guy who gets me to watch YouTube drama when I turn off my stream. Essentially, like actually sit down and watch somebody else's YouTube videos. Him and Chud Logic in the mornings, but he's a streamer. He's the only video creator I was watching. I don't watch anybody's shit anymore. I watch like right now my current niche. I always go through niches. There's the woodworking niche, the washes niche, the pinball arcade niche. Right now I'm watching like people rebuild cars. That's my current niche of stuff I watch. That and a range of movie related videos or fucking media literacy channels or whatever. I don't know if that's what they want to be called, but I think it's funny to call them that. Rip BigBungieee, you will be missed. I hope you take your talents to a different platform. Sad to see you go. Hey, by the way, I'm trademarking this. If he comes back as Big 343 I think that's hilarious. Okay, if BigBungieee leaves and Big 343 replaces him, I think that would be great. You know, I think it'd be a fire name. All right, there's a channel that's already archived, but it's on YouTube, so that one will probably get banned. I don't even think it's worth. Make sure you support the original creator. I don't know. Big Halo, yeah. What do you think about Your Movie Sucks? I was surprised to see he follows you. I don't really have a position on YMS. I feel like I might have gotten into a fight with him like 6 years ago. I don't know. I don't think I ever got into a fight with him. I honestly, I never really watched his stuff. I've always tangentially seen him around. He seems pretty normal on EFAP. But I don't have any, I can't really give a glowing endorsement. I really haven't seen a lot of his stuff. Did he get into a debate with Destiny one time, 4 years ago? Maybe that's where. I don't really remember what I remember him from outside of just, randomly seeing his channel and stuff. Didn't YMS defend? I have no fucking idea. I don't even know why I read that out loud. I have no idea. Okay, now the whole chat's saying it, so I have no fucking idea, all right? I am so not equipped for this conversation right now. I should not have answered this question. Now he's a NEET. Apparently, my chat thinks he's poor. Okay, guy. Clearly you don't like YMS. All right, that's why you asked me. That you're fucking pulling this shit oh, can you give a position on Israel Palestine? You fucking asshole. Clearly you don't like him, and you wanted me to say the wrong thing. All right, I see what you're fucking trying to do right now. All right, yeah. Well, which side of women and children getting fucking killed would you prefer, asshole? Yeah, put your fucking Israel-Palestine position in my chat right now or get banned. How does that sound? Yeah, it's a fucking trap, dude. Yeah, fuck you, dude. I don't even fucking take both sides. I take neither. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm in for a 4-state solution. Yeah, it's. Oh god, we're starting this one off strong. We're gonna get a lot of trouble tonight, I can imagine. I was going through this is gonna be a funny one. I hope so. I was going through some of this shit in here. Oh god, dude. I don't even find this guy funny anymore. The Shelbo stuff is a tragedy waiting to happen. This guy is legitimately fucking dangerous. I pulled this up because Keffels came back. But tell me right now, this is not Keffels.
Join me as we take action against Twitch.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick DeOrio, Mr.
Bro,
Oreo.
Keffels is back on YouTube, and this is all I can think of.
All that they have done to every creator that has been banned wrongly. Stand for me, for justice, for peace, for love, and everything that a creator...
This thing, I gotta tell you, the only fucking saving grace in the Shelbo story, which, by the way, I will not be covering anymore on the channel. I stopped after the third VOD. There was just no more. I can't sit here and watch this guy fucking fall on his face over and over and over again. It's not even fun for me anymore. But I think... I
just saw Keffel's tweet.
They're doing a wedding now. It's just really... It's not even funny anymore for me. I think the merch thing was the last thing that made me chuckle. And I thought for a second it was kind of a bit, but it's extremely obvious this guy's just getting taken for a ride now. Where even is he these days? What do we got here? Yes! He made it! Yo! Yes, dude! He's out! He made it! He's single again, dude! There we go. This guy broke out of it. Holy shit, dude. He broke up with fake BigBungieee. Never mind, dude. We won. We won. It's over. It's over. Shelbo's over. He won, dude. He won. The saving grace for Shelbo is that his replies were filled with like hundreds of people telling him that he's just fucking crazy and that like he's not actually dating BigBungieee and trying to give like constructive shit. There were shitters in there too, but for the most part, his whole Twitch chat was like fucking gearing him in the right direction. He was fighting them every day, as opposed to some other communities we're going to talk about today. It's better when you, oh God, oh no, oh Papa Gut. What? I feel like this is bordering sexual harassment. Is this not bordering sexual harassment to constantly make me kiss all of these influencers? And I feel like if you're not in the joke and you're one of these people, specifically probably the women, they might think this is really fucking weird, or I've like commissioned this. Is this real? Yeah, that's why the fucking picture like cuts halfway through. You know what'd be really funny? Is if somebody does something like this, but the background is revealed to be a set, and it's just like a real life creepy video filmed at VidCon. Wait, why is
this way we can? Oh, what a beautiful.
Thank you,
What's
Papa
the name
Gut,
of
for
the
including
guy
the audio.
from Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
So, let's see. Oh, I gave my whole Israel-Palestine position where I explained how much I don't care because someone's like, actually, you do support genocide. It's just like, no, I really don't give a fuck about any of these people. Oh, this is one of them. This is like an early intro bitty topic. Grums got like fucking ass raped by Elon Musk. I'm sorry, not Elon Musk, by fucking Assassin's Creed. I apologize. So Grums said, you can tell a lot about Ubisoft by how much money they're throwing at terrorist platforming streamers. And this dude said, this bitch literally paid someone to power level his character. What do you mean? I'm a fraud? Elon, I challenge you to a duel in Elden Ring. I'll cook your fat rolling ass. And you look at some of these messages. Hasan is a fraud. Sellout would be more accurate. It's like, is that what the guy paying your Path of Exile 2 account told you? Imagine getting ratioed by the weird Black Samurai Assassin's Creed game on your own platform. Like, it's not just like, oh, you've been ratioed. I've got you in the marketplace of ideas. It's like, this is your website. And the bad game is mogging you. It's like, it's extremely fucking funny. So, yeah, I think this whole thing is cringe. I think Grums is a pathetic fucking loser. This guy has taken, like, what, hundreds of thousands of dollars to make his stupid video game that never even came out. It's just, I don't know. Everything Grums says is horrible, so it's funny to watch him get clowned. Also, update to the ImAllexx drama. Very briefly, we found the guy who broke up Alice and Alex. Not really broke up, but like on their first date, she went home and liked this tweet. This is the tweet that they liked. I verified this was the tweet. He's changed his name to Big Gun C824. It's definitely him, because if you go to his Twitch profile, and the fucking, oh god, the half-baked thing. If you go to his fucking Twitch profile, right, he's a Destiny 2 streamer, and he goes by, you guessed it, Lactating Llama, okay? Lactating fucking Llama. That's the guy. In the screenshot, Lactating Llama 824, why are you liking my tweet? Lactating Llama is the man of the hour, right? So we found him, and then I tweeted out, thank you for your service. So he freaked out, and he's like, what the fuck did I do? And this tweet got like a bunch of attention. This is the guy who made ImAllexx start going nuts on Alex. You definitely could have. And then this tweet was liked by Alice. In current day. Like, that's not old. That's in current day. Alice was like, yeah, he can still get it. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, look, what did I do? You spoke facts. Stay up, king. Like, that's not from fucking years ago. This is from fucking 3 days. This is 2 days ago. Alice chimed in and was like, yeah, so, you could totally still get it. So, I vouch for Unk. Apparently he went by, dude, he went by Unk. No. Dude, this is Shelbo in another life, dude. Big Unk. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know if he's talked about this. Okay. Bro, Alex was worried, dude. Alex was I didn't even know that was coming, dude. Alex is fucking terrified. Holy shit, dude. This is peak male form. Good for him. Oh, God. Nick, the quartering is broke is funnier than anyone you know. It ends in bankruptcy in 1 to 2 years max. We're going to get to the quartering, sir. We're going to get to the quartering. It's going to be very, Very funny. I gotta thank fucking Kiwi Farms tonight. I'll say it again when we get there, but I wouldn't have this story if it wasn't for Kiwi Farms. Nobody wants to shout them out. I will. I probably will go into further detail on this specific one when Willie drops his video and we do like a whole day of Destiny. El Dia de los Destinios. But he put out this long wall of spam messages to his fucking chat again for the 100th time. These got posted to r/YouTube drama. I poached it and put some of the best stuff out there. And the one that I wanted to point out was him saying, how much did you spend on this lawsuit right now? I spent too much money. That's the gross and disgusting part. Anyone responsible for the actual revenge porn will walk, because I'm probably not going to push it any further now because it's all bad publicity for me. And Pixie is forcing us to waste tens of thousands of dollars each fighting against each other. It's just retarded. Lauren threw up money in front of her eyes, and Pixie probably realized she has no future in this industry, so, she just wanted to go grab it. So now Destiny is getting himself out of suing Kiwi Farms, potentially suing the person who posted the revenge porn leaks publicly, right? The person who is responsible for the actual revenge porn is a weird argument, because that's still Destiny. If Destiny didn't give this random sex worker his friend's private nude images and videos, rather, not images, videos, there would be nothing to leak. So it seems like even in this version of events, the person who is responsible is probably getting tied up here. But, well, we don't know if he'll win those legal fees, so we don't know for sure how hard he's been hit here. But Destiny is now weaseling out of holding anyone else accountable, though that was his, saving grace throughout the first half of this drama, was telling people that he's fighting the good fight and trying to take on those. Why don't we talk about the people who really matter? But now Destiny's just sad about it, so he's not gonna pursue those people anymore. Extremely pathetic shit. As you go through these, I'm not gonna spend too much time on them tonight because I'll probably go through them another night, or even maybe tonight if Willie posts his video. But it's a whole lot of feel bad for me. I'm such a victim. I'm such a victim, guys.
Appreciated the shout out.
I'm so sad. So yeah, I don't respect this. I don't respect this guy at all. I think he's pathetic. And we'll take a bit of a deeper look at that in a future time. Pull out our tiny violins. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a bit of a fucking segment right now, because historically, most of the people who are in the Smash community fucking hate me. And every time I talk about the Smash community, my own audience is like, yeah, Nick, that's 100% true. Or general population. Yeah, it's probably the correct take there. But the hyper radical freaks in the Smash community are very much not Nick DeOrio fans. They're not going to agree with anything I have to say. There's no reason to even to be honest, I'm on a purge on site basis for the most part. I don't really see any value in keeping any of those people around, but it's been a few years since we've talked about anything really Smash outside of little blurbs. So I imagine there are some people who are not aware of this policy quite yet. So it's going to be a bit of a rude awakening for those people. But I need to talk about this because this is reaching a fucking weird level. Recently, as you probably know, and this is extremely sad actually, the creator Hacks Money, as they called him, has actually passed away. Now the reason for this has been, I guess, contested. I guess the official word from what is supposedly his mother is saying that Hacks died from a broken heart. Now, prior, there were people speculating that this wasn't a direct suicide attempt, that he died from complications from a previous suicide attempt. I think somebody on the subreddit said it was something about an infection in his leg. We don't know the actual reason, but I think supposedly from the mother directly, it's a broken heart. I'm no doctor. I have no inside information. I burned every single bridge with everyone in this community except for Sky Williams. So I imagine I'm not going to hear anything about it. I just want to say that I don't have that information on hand. Now, the previous suicide attempt, we do know a lot more about. Last year, he walked in front of a train. That is something he did. He lost one of his legs. It's extremely sad. It was extremely sad. And it is still extremely sad considering now he's passed away. So a lot of people have talked about this. It's surreal to read. There's tons of different tweets and shit about it. It's not like it doesn't feel as much like a memorial as much as it feels like an opportunity to settle scores. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, because it really kind of makes me feel gross watching this. And this is as somebody who's laughed at Hacks in the past and might even laugh at him during this segment in some capacity, only when necessary. Hacks was unfortunately kind of caught between two rivaling sectors of the Super Smash Bros. Community. He was caught between the TOs, tournament organizers, the old guild, or I guess maybe the new guild. Essentially, he was caught kind of between like the weird anti-Smash side of the internet and then the people who suck Leffen's dick, if that makes sense. If you even know who Leffen is. I don't know how much you guys are into this. I'm not even super deep into this myself. I've just watched all the videos. I don't pretend to know these people personally, even though Hacks was actually apparently New York talent. I knew people who knew Hacks. I didn't know Hacks. So this is some of the stuff people are talking about here, right? Anti is a popular figure from this space, saying you can't blame the tournament organizers. Funny thing is, actually I can. So a lot of the discourse that has come from Hacks' death is where to point the guns. And it's being firmly placed on the shoulders of tournament organizers. Because Hacks was banned from competitive Smash. He was banned from regional events and stuff like this. This was his life. He played this for decades. He was one of the top players. I think, chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. He during like the peak point of the Melee game, I believe he was at like top 6 in the world, top 5, top 6 in the world as like as a very like highly renowned player, winning player. This was a big guy, right? He was banned in 2021, and his ban was made permanent, and I believe it was January of 2024. Initially because he made a psychotic video, an absolutely unhinged, psychotic video on Leffen. I actually have it here. We're not going to watch the whole thing, though. You can find my reaction to
community leader
large portions of this. But we've made jokes about this as recently as like the Mama Max video. I think I've even given dialogue about this. This is the iconic video that starts with a Hitler quote.
There's a quote that goes, "The greater the crime perpetrated by the leadership, the less likely the people will ever believe their leaders capable of perpetrating such an event." That is, unfortunately, a Hitler quote, but it's one that's very applicable to the current situation.
If you don't know who Hacks is, now you probably are caught up.
Community leader who has caused this community to be filled with
It is one of the
hatred
funniest cold opens ever, and if it was done on purpose, for the sake of a joke, I would think it would be funnier. But no, this was a real thing. If you go to chapter 1, I believe it starts with, again, this is a video on Leffen, a guy who plays Super Smash Brothers, but chapter 1 is titled Totalitarianism.
There's only one type of society in which these disconnects exist, and that is a totalitarian society. Under totalitarianism, it may not be entirely clear whether those in charge are truthful and heroic or not. This is because while they give their citizens a place to live, totalitarians deprive their citizens.
Now, it's not just cringy, because up to this point you could say, well, Nick, he's just kind of cringy here. There's no reason to ban somebody over this. It's just kind of an embarrassing video. And he made a lot of good points in it. But if you start to look at some stuff here, I believe, let's see. Here we go. So this is another one that I wanted to pull. This is like an iconic quote from the video. You've definitely seen this if you've seen the video.
I'll show you an example of psychopathy. The fact that
Is Dark Vibe AU a virgin? No, I am not.
And by the way, if you were covering, thank you. If you were covering Destiny stuff like fucking 2 years ago, you probably heard the term Dark Triad from Anne of War, right? This is the first place I heard of Dark Triad, where he was accusing Leffen of being Dark Triad. That's why I was knowledgeable in the subject there. This is like the first time I ever heard somebody argue that.
To state that he is
like, we're diagnosing him in this video.
Really mean in his social media bio is an indicator of
okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait.
Psychopathy. The fact that Leffen used to state that he is really mean in his social media bio is an indicator of psychopathy.
That's a fucking fire quote, by the way.
In itself, but I want to give you a real-world example. When I beat Leffen at Genesis 7, I was wearing a red pair of Adidas pants with white stripes on them. These pants would become synonymous with my run at that tournament. A few months after Genesis 7, someone sent me a picture they took of Leffen streaming. Leffen was wearing a red Adidas shirt with white stripes on its sleeves while editing a digital controller's button layout. Again, this wasn't a coincidence. It was a psychopath's way of showing that he wants revenge.
Okay, so this guy is delusional. This isn't like a joke. This guy was clearly completely fucking unhinged. This guy wore a red stripe, and people have speculated that's orange. It looks red, it could be orange, saying that this is a psychopath wanting revenge on me because he wore a fucking tracksuit. Yeah, this is an unwell person, just to be clear. And there's other examples like this throughout the video. I think this might be more classed as a bad argument. Here we go.
On the outside, but an infamous political... Why did Leffen used to use an avatar of Light Yagami from Death Note back in 2016? If you understand who Light Yagami is, then it makes all too much sense when you consider everything else that I've told you. Light is a brilliant high school student on the outside, but an infamous political criminal on the inside whose goal is to become the god of the new world. He's able to remain undetected for many years by outwitting everyone in his way. Essentially, Death Note is the story of a totalitarian regime that ends up casting darkness over the entire planet. The story that's unraveling right before our very eyes is strikingly similar to Death Note. The Death Note is a book that can be used to issue death sentences simply by writing someone else's name down. Should this tool fall into the wrong hands, it would terrorize an entire society. The funny thing is, Leffen is basically trying to turn his phone into the Death Note. Through the use of modern technology and a good understanding of crowd psychology, it's actually possible to create a Death Note nowadays, and people need to be wary of that.
Okay, I think I've shown enough here. The idea is to not fucking go through a funniest hits compilation and play all the funny parts. I could do... The point is, this video is 2 hours and 33 minutes, and I absolutely can. I absolutely can sit here and play you about 35 minutes worth of funny clips from this video. Clips of this video that will indicate this guy is completely fucking crazy. But I don't need to do that to explain my point. He was banned from Smash in 2021 or whatever for this video, I believe. Am I correct on that? When was this posted? Yeah, this video was posted in 2021. This is why he was banned, right? Now, he tried to appeal this ban several times, and the follow-up videos, and you can find the whole playlist if you want to watch all of the information about this, if you're interested in really diving deep to see what the fuck happened here, because it is it's worth the look. You can pull up an entire, I think there's a playlist from the series. Yeah, all of these videos in order have been archived on you. I don't think there's any missing here. So he basically took this video, revised it, took that down, uploaded a third version of this called The Last Hope for Smash, where he's saying that people were like going after people and trying to make people kill themselves. And then I don't know if he was banned after the second video or the third video, but eventually he'd make an appeal for his ban. And this was him explaining why he should be unbanned from Smash, I think for the first time.
Such as these two from Sylvanas. If you've been following Smash politics lately, then you'd know that there are currently 3 people in contention: me, Jisoo, and Leffen. According to the Smash community's current verdicts, I'm banned while Jisoo and Leffen are unbanned. However, under verdicts that are in line with that of a court of law, I maintain that I would be unbanned, Jisoo would be banned, and Leffen would be banned. There are many people who share this exact opinion, and while I firmly believe that Jisoo and Leffen should be banned, this video will mostly focus on getting myself unbanned. I believe that me being banned is the most egregious of the Smash community's current verdicts, as it is largely the result of misunderstandings.
It's not a coincidence, or it actually might be a coincidence, that the people who Hacks wanted to go after, Leffen, and then obviously subsequently because of his ban, or even before, Jisoo, right? It's no coincidence that they just happen to be the same people that the guys who are propping him up were also going after at the time. So it created this extremely weird dynamic of like, fuck Nairo, and then the other guy's going, well, fuck Zero, and just going back and forth playing like who's the weirder fucking... who's the worst one between the two. And then this guy was always kind of caught right in the middle in between that. So now they're saying we need to blame the tournament officials for the death because the tournament organizers, rather. We need to blame them for his death because they banned him from Super Smash Bros. Unjustly. The reason why his ban became permanent is because he just kept relapsing and releasing like I'm sorry, and then like the truth. Now I think the truth is like another Leffen exposed video after like the apology and several ban appeals. Like he came back and made like another video again doing the same thing over and over again, like the reason why they banned him in the first place. I think this is extremely sad. I think this guy is mentally ill, or he was mentally ill. And I think that's the major contributing factor for why he's not here right now. I think that people are using this guy's death to target tournament officials that they don't like. to target content creators that they don't like. I saw Leffen, love him or hate him, have to private his account because he was getting so many death threats and like horrible comments by people who want this, who I guess were demanding him make a statement or a public apology, which they would have fucking attacked him for anyway, because that doesn't fix anything at all whatsoever. It's insane that people are saying now is not the time when he's been trying to have this convo for well over a year. By the way, this is 2 days ago, so this was immediately. Want everybody else in the world to take accountability, but they can't. Gutex, again, if you might know who Gutex is. He made a public tweet, and it actually rotted my brain from the inside out. If I was a tournament organizer that banned a player that died after attempting suicide because of my ban, I'd be more concerned with finding a good lawyer to defend against a wrongful death lawsuit than trying to scrub my involvement. Just saying. And then somebody said, if this is a civil lawsuit, they'll win, which is probably fucking stupid. But a criminal lawsuit, no shot. And this guy responds, only time will tell, saying that there should be a wrongful death lawsuit because somebody was banned from Super Smash Brothers. And this is making me extremely frustrated because this tweet has 2,000 fucking likes. Now it's 2,000 Smash retards whose opinions don't matter on fucking anything. But there is like a very large, loud, vocal minority of these weird anti-Melee players or whatever who are just fucking delusional. Like actually fucking insane. And they're making lists. We're gonna get there. They're making lists for like every tournament organizer that voted against hacks so people can just line up and harass these people. Okay, they're encouraging you to contact these tournament officials and say they're responsible for this guy killing himself. They're talking about fucking lawsuits. I mean, this is disgusting. This is fucking gross. But it doesn't get any weirder. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to show this earlier. And it's super fucking sad, right? Because for the last year, everyone knew where this was going. And you can go back, go pick any of your favorite anti-Smash people's accounts and look up hacks and look at the kind of shit they've been writing for the last year or so. You'll find tweets being like, I wonder who Leffen will push to suicide this time. Or the tournament organizers are responsible for hacks' declining mental health. They instilled this narrative over a year ago, okay? So they could use it when he died. It's fucking crazy. It is actually insane to go back and start reading this stuff because people have been talking about them like pushing him to suicide for a fucking year. Now that it's happened, the opportunity presented itself. But if you look at tweets like this, right? I'm in a dire life situation. I need help. I'm pleading with the Melee community to unban me for the reasons explained. As I've got nowhere to go without you all. Retweets appreciated. Hi everyone, it's Hacks. You've been monitoring my Twitter lately, then you're surely noticing that all the doom posting. We'll pull some of that up later. This has been happening lately for a reason. I'm in a dire situation in life, and I have to put this out, this call for help. The recent permanent ban ruling has caused me to grow more and more ostracized from society by the day. This will have an irreparable effect on my life. Every passing day is worse than the last. I lose friends, I lose my sanity, I lose income. I'm sorry for what I did to get rebanned from the community. I should have had the had the tact not to do that back in January. However, I'm hoping that even those who are unfond of me can empathize with the position I'm in. I simply cannot carry around the amount of weight that is currently on my shoulders without the help from others. I beg the Melee community to readmit me. I currently have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to, no starting point to branch from. I lost 19 years of connections when this happened, which isn't a viable thing to have happen to you. The situation I'm in is akin to death, and it can only be salvaged with a reset or a ban situation. I beg for mercy in the time of need. Somebody needs to say this, and nobody wants to. And maybe they shouldn't this close to it happening. But you can't tell people, I'm gonna kill myself if you don't unban me from a video game. You can't put that kind of shit on other people and then go and litigate each and every person who didn't do it. That's not fucking fair. You cannot hold a gun to your head and tell people, fix it. You can't fucking do it. But people are now taking stuff like this, and again, if they ban this guy for being mentally unstable and then he suicide posted for months after they made the ban permanent, where is the reason to bring him back? Why would they see, I'm going to kill myself if you don't unban me, which is basically how I view this message. Why would they bring him back? It's not a fucking, like, I'm so, and there's other posts here that are really sad too. Like the living situation got fucked up, but the thing he was talking about is Super Smash Brothers. This is clearly somebody who's not mentally well, right? Willie Mac Show, who had a, I guess, aggressive response to this, has been posted, and I didn't even pull this up. I didn't even think to bring it up. But the one tweet I did make about this is people saying that Willie Mac Show is responsible for this guy committing suicide. Like a percentage of this. And you're not going to believe who it is, because this has been co-opted by weird right-wing YouTubers too. I think Ian Miles Chung did something about this. Somebody from America First, Dalton's been tweeting about this. Dame Pesos tweeted out that Willie Mac Show is a sociopath that drove this guy to suicide, okay, for tweeting this out. And they've got an archive of it. This has been saved on an archive website. So in case Hax did kill himself, we could remind Willie he's responsible for it, which is great. That's just a great thing to do. Bro, you have to shut the fuck up for 2 years and you'll get unbanned, but clearly that's impossible for you. You sound like you're borderline going to turn into a school shooter. You have to get stable. I mean, it's a harsh fucking statement. I'll say it. It is absolutely a harsh fucking statement, but it's the reality. All this guy needed to do was stay out of this fucking weird Smash war, right? And just fucking wait and get unbanned. Instead, though, unlike Shelbo, genuinely fucking crazy guy, the majority of the people around Hax were starting hashtags like Hax is right, promoting all of his crazy videos, making excuses for the weirder parts, but letting us know that there is some good stuff behind all the crazy. Okay? They were gassing this guy up and sending him in like an autistic warhead at their enemies. And now that this guy is dead, they have not stopped using him. And I think it's gross. I think it's extremely fucking gross. Personally. Just my position. Then I saw this. This is where it got really weird. This is where I decided to do the segment. Because this is probably the most egregious. So they pull up this thing, and I don't even know what site this is from. Is this from fucking 4chan or something? Here's a quick Money Hacks rundown. So somebody goes, rip Hacks and fuck Leffen and fuck New York City Melee. Okay. Then I see, young man, you did a service to Hacks. God bless you. 23 hours ago. And you're thinking, well, Hacks is dead. What's going on here? Okay. It's his mother tweeting on his account. Okay. That's odd. Let's keep moving. It's extremely odd for a grieving mother to say, God bless you, on a post saying, fuck this person. This is a hoax. His mom is not typing. Show up to New Jersey on Saturday for the viewing. A mom's anger to who she believes is the cause of her son's death isn't exactly hard to understand. And then Hax's mother wrote Red Adidas. I've got some questions. Why does Hax's mother know the random reference to a striped shirt from a crazy video? What's going on here? That's fucking weird. Maybe it is his mother. That's still fucking weird. Why does she know that? I showed you the clip 2 minutes ago. You know what the reference is now, right? That's kind of weird. I will always remember Hax giving me a quesadilla off his plate at New York Arcadian because I was too broke to buy food. He was a kind person. Truly wish he'd been able to find the help he needed. The only help he needed was getting unbanned. It's a little weird. Now, this isn't going anywhere. I don't know who's on this account. I personally don't think it's his mother, but it might be. Rip Hax, devastated as a fan. One of my biggest Smash inspirations and a favorite Melee player since 2016. I can only imagine how his friends and family are feeling. The community is worlds behind its treatment of mentally ill people, and he deserved way better. How come I didn't know he was mentally ill? He lived in my home for 30 years. Who diagnosed him? What made anyone in the community label him as mentally ill? They probably listened to his detractors. Hax was not a conformist in a community where you have to conform or be labeled as sick. Well, I hate to be harsh to what is potentially Hax's mother here, but stepping in front of a train over a video game is probably a pretty firm indicator of mental illness. And if that's not a good one, we could look up this.
This blackmail would keep HBox silent for the remainder of the feud. In December 2017, Leffen posted a video of himself stabbing a pancake that had a green Jigglypuff drawn on it. This video tells you that Leffen desperately wanted to get rid of HBox.
Okay, So yeah, I don't think there's really I don't think there's a fucking argument here. It feels really shitty 3 days after a guy died to have to explain to you that he's crazy. Okay? But like, come on, dude. Come on. It feels in bad taste. I get it. But you look at this guy's fucking account and you're like, this guy's not mentally ill. What are you talking about, Nick? I'm glad I left the legacy of the box. I'm so sorry to Melee fans for letting them down as of late. But I'm so glad I was able to leave a true impact on the world with my career path. I love you all. I'm so endlessly sorry. I'm pleading for one last probation. If I slip up again, finish me off for good. But until then, please give me one more chance. Keep in mind, we're going to start jumping months here as this keeps going up. But I need my job back so badly. I need mercy. I broke my hands, had 4 surgeries, spent 7 years starting a business. And by the way, that's fucking true. This guy has done for Melee. This guy's created a way to play a video game for disabled people. Just to be clear, his hands got so fucked for playing Melee for so many years. This guy created the box controller to allow people who have like disability in their hand or whatever, they can't play the game like everybody else. GameCube controllers do a number on your hands, from what I've been told. This guy created a product for those people so they could still keep enjoying the game. All right? That's worth talking about in this segment, even though it's not super relevant. I just wanted to point it out there. I just want my life back. I sincerely plead for people's forgiveness. I'm begging to be a part of the Melee community again. I'm genuinely fucked in life at this point. As I made all my lifelong friends through it, it's impossible to rebuild. If the community were willing to forgive me, I'd be indebted for life. I'm genuinely pleading for my Melee career back. I'm pleading with the Melee community. I'm pleading with the Melee community. I'm struggling to watch Supernova. The heartbreak is unbearable after how much I did just so I could play again. I want to play Melee again. Life emergency. Please help spread awareness. This one, he starts talking about how he's fucking stranded from society and bleeding money due to the abrupt loss of his career. I don't know how much money he was. I mean, I guess he's making money from the controllers, but not from tournament winnings, right? So now he's in a position where he doesn't even know if he can live in the apartment that him and his mother are living in, and all he cares about is getting unbanned from a video game. This guy is sick. I've been hospitalized 4 times due to stress, causing me to repeatedly faint. Smash Brothers legend Mewtwo King claims he got in contact with Hax's mother and asked about the cause of death. A broken heart, he cried a lot towards the end. Most people didn't understand how much he loved being a gamer. It was his passion in life. Yes, my son Aziz died of a broken heart. To all of you claiming he had mental problems, I can confirm the only mental distress he had came from the too lengthy indefinite ban system. It traumatized him unnecessarily. It was cruel. So now we're doing that tournament organizers thing I pointed out earlier. We had seen multiple... Yeah, if that is her, yeah, she's in on it, but which is extremely fucking crazy. We had seen multiple people make the claim about keeping Hax's ban was for his own mental health and the safety of the community. All lies. They literally caused this to happen. Hax deserves so much better. The Smash community is not getting away with this one. Hax has never had a physical altercation in his life, as far as I know. He's too cerebral for that type of behavior. At the time of his death, he was enrolled in a software engineering school in Manhattan and going to Pokemon tournaments. The mental problem shit is all contrived. When I see people calling Hax mentally ill, it always comes off as being dismissive of him or his words. Yes, it was. Because you should try to tell him to stop or slow down, and if he doesn't, you can't help him, but you can stop signal boosting it. You can stop saying he was fucking right about everything. He's a fucking crazy person. Stop enabling the fucking crazy person. And then blaming everybody else. Most people would have broke, and he's still very rational. You could never convince me to call him mentally ill, considering what was done. Yeah, in the community, you have to follow the same narrative from the top down, or else you won't be a popular little boy. Didn't you know that yet? This is just sad. This is extremely fucking sad. Rip Hax left in Melee. The events of this timeline are true, but it's not how it went down. No, this is how it went down. Okay. Now, this is the thread. I'm not going to go through all these, but list of losers that banned Hax. They've started making harassment lists. Now, this is a notably small one, but there are many of these. People went through and they typed out every individual name of people who apparently voted against him. So that's fun. That's a fun one. Yeah, they're going on a hit list. Not a hit list, but I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's like a harassment hit list, and I've seen plenty of these. pop up in the last couple of days. Hacks was driven to suicide by people in the community, and you're telling us to be mad at billionaires, further pushing that narrative. What I truly hope happens with the whole hack situation is that when things settle down, his parents look into the FGC smash scene and lawyer up and go after each and every TO that signed the ban, and people who cyberbullied him to the point of this are all transpired. I want people sued, put into bankruptcy, events dissolved, until they're all 100% held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. If not criminally, then monetarily. He deserves justice for what was done to him. This is delusion. This is fucking delusion. This is unhinged behavior that we're seeing here. What is a lawyer going to do? This isn't the mother, to be clear. This is not the mother, but and I don't even think that other stuff is the mother. I'd be shocked to find out if it's the case, but I would believe it. I think it's really sad that a group of people gassed this guy up to go attack their enemies because it was a mutual enemy. And the people who were closest to him essentially used this guy as a weapon until he was dead. And then after he died, they got the martyr they wanted, and they're just going to keep using him. It's just fucking gross. It's grosser than any joke you'll hear about a fucking evidence.zip video. I'll say that for sure. Now, I'm not absolving Leffen of anything. Him and Leffen had beef for years. I guarantee there was stuff that was said that was unhinged on Leffen's side. I don't think that he ever owed Hacks to accept his apology. I don't think that was ever required of him. When the guy made a video calling him Hitler, said he has a death note, and said he intentionally tried to like fucking push people to suicide. I don't think that Leffen ever has to turn around and accept that apology. But I don't think the guy is fucking perfect. I don't think the tournament organizers handled everything well. You could even argue that his first ban was too long, and that it never should have been an indefinite ban in 2024. He should have been unbanned sooner than that. But, I mean, what's the point? What's the point? We're going to go after and we're going to sue every single person. And by the way, when you see like harassment and stuff levied, I'm going to pick a pretty extreme example, but in the last fucking 24 hours, I've made like 3 tweets about this, and I've gotten more obscene hatred in my replies than like when I fight with Ethan Klein or fight with ImAllexx, or when I fight with fucking Keffels, or when I fight with like any of these YouTubers we have problems with. I've been seeing some like crazy shit in my replies. This is like this is a kind of a funny example to end off on, but it's like, rest in peace. A guy saying like, "Oh, I'm so sad you died." And then immediately you go down and check why this guy said this, right? And then it's just like, it's still my fault. He's part of the group that enabled his bully Leffen to ruin his life. This community is allergic to accountability. I mean, it's just like, you just see the same shit every time. You ask somebody why this is acceptable. They'll ask you, well, why is Leffen not banned? And then they'll point you to an evidence.zip folder from like 2017. Half the shit happened when the guy was a fucking minor. He's a dick now. He's been a dick or whatever, but it's like, and actually, I think the most notable thing that Leffen did was push the Jisoo allegations. That is like the most criticizable thing he's ever done that I've seen, which is pretty valid personally, but why is he not banned? Why is this person not banned? I know the Smash thing is a whataboutism. They can never actually engage with arguments. It's always a whataboutism. But yeah, that's just my thing. I think this is really sad. I think it's really pathetic. I think it's motivated by bad intentions. I think people who use this guy for the last couple of years are still cashing in on their martyr that they've gotten themselves. I think they were preparing for this for a real long while because anybody could see where this was headed. And I don't think you can hold a gun to your head and say, unban me now or I'll kill myself, and then hold every single other person responsible if they do it. I'm sorry. And by the way, the whole like, oh, Hacks isn't mentally ill. Sane people don't step in front of trains over Super Smash Brothers. So that's my take. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, we need a bit of. I'm gonna unpause donos now. I just needed to go on my rant. Hello, Killcam. What the dog doing? Bro is more valuable to them when he died. I think so. Maybe not. He was pretty valuable to them when he was alive. I think that Hacks got caught in between two groups of people that really didn't give a fuck about him. And as somebody who barely knew him, I feel like I'm the only one who could, barely. I didn't know him at all. As somebody who was a bystander who exclusively knew him as the guy from the funny laugh at video where I made jokes about him on a stream a couple of times, I think I'm the perfect guy to tell you that neither side cared about this guy's fucking well-being. Zip zero. The TO guys just wanted him to shut the fuck up and go away. That's probably 100% accurate. They just wanted this guy to shut the fuck up and leave. And his fucking friends wanted to use him to get what they could to attack the TO people. Because a real friend would tell him to chill and then kind of take a step away or help in some other fashion. They wouldn't signal boost him and push the delusional guy forward onto march. That's not a person who's like, that's not a person who cares. That's not what they do. So, yeah. This is the high school version of the we were totally best friends after a kid dies. Yeah, and I don't doubt people are doing that. I think that's definitely happening. But I think it's sad. Forward unto dawn, yeah. As much as I love Melee, both sides of the Smash community need to be dissolved. I think, yeah, it's a total loss. Everybody who was normal in the Smash community is like doing other shit now. They're long gone. Oh, the Smash community died when that list came out a couple of years ago. Nobody did all his friends were after like, I should have done more, I should have done that. Everyone's just saving face.
Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Yeah. It just seems like a bunch of people who have like guilty consciences or narratives trying to save face on social media. That's what I see when I look at this. Yeah. No one was normal. Yeah. So many kids did the best friends thing in my school, and it was always pissing me off so much. Our unbiased BBW DEI narrator, Mr. Oreo, and another banger segment. That was the first serious one we've done in a minute, and I'm sure it's going to get clipped a bajillion. It's probably already on Twitter. So I'm looking forward to just purging that off my feed. I have absolutely no interest in what that community has to say about my take. Zip zero zilch goodbye.